What's going on, guys? AJ Bodie here, back with another video. Today we are going to talk about why you feel so bad, why you feel terrible, why you feel worthless when somebody breaks up with you. And this isn't for men only, this is also for women, men and women. This video is for both because we both have we have similar feelings, so I want to talk about this. And before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you guys for 62 subscribers, and you guys mean the world to me. Seriously, I know that 62 is not a lot, but it's a lot to me. Imagine if 62 people were listening to me right now. That's insane. Thank you guys for the support. You're crushing it. We're about, I think, 90 videos in now. So if you guys are shy, just lurking around in the shadows, come on over and hit the subscribe button, and make sure you click like for the content that I'm dropping on you. I really need you to worship the comment section. Just comment anything. You know what I mean? Anything. Like literally the word anything, comment that. Anyways, let's get into the video. First, let me do 10 pull-ups. We're going to talk about why you feel terrible when, let's just say, a woman, man, they break up with you, and you weren't really that upset, or you didn't really find them that attractive, and you didn't really have a lot in common, and it was boring, and you weren't really vibing, but you feel, or maybe you were vibing, but you feel terrible. Even though you knew it wasn't going to work out, you feel terrible because they broke up with you. I'm going to tell you why that hurts so bad after I do this. Oh, okay. You will feel terrible because you're insecure and you have a scarcity mindset, and you doubt your abilities to perform. You doubt your abilities to get another girl or another guy, and you feel like your life's over. You feel like you're never going to meet someone that you love again. You're never going to meet someone that you like again. That all stems from insecurities. Now, you may be pretty attractive. That's not the problem. You may think that you're not attractive. You got body dysmorphia. Or you could just have some skill that you're lacking in. Me personally, I feel this all the time. Why? I have a thing called I don't know how to read or write. And my social capabilities are not that great when it comes to talking to guys. Not like that. Well, you're gay? No. It's not what I mean. I mean, I am terrible at making conversation with men. I don't know how to do it. I just don't. And when it comes to shy women, I don't know how to do it. I'm shy, or I am quiet myself. So if I can't leech off the girl, meaning she has to talk, yap, I gather all the information and then I spit it back out on her. But I have nothing to really talk about. But why is that? Why do we feel like this? Why do we feel like we have nothing to talk about, nothing to offer? Lack of skills. Lack of skills and knowledge. The knowledge and skill ratio, you need to consider that without any knowledge, you can't talk about anything. Without any skills, you can't provide any value. You're going to be like, oh, come on, dude. I have tons of friends and I provide tons of value to them. Sure. Or I provide zero value to them. Sure. Let's say that. But let me ask you this. Do you make your friends laugh? No. Do you make your friends sandwiches? Do you buy them shit? Sometimes. Do you let them stay over at your place? Sometimes. Well, then you're providing value. Okay, let's say that you make them laugh. If you can make anybody laugh, that is providing entertainment. That is providing value. You have the skill, you have the ability of humor. You have the ability of being a comedian. A low comedian. I'm not saying comedians are low, but you get it. You can make people laugh. People love that. That is one of the greatest greatest social skills that you could possibly have, is to make somebody laugh. Laughter is like the key to success in social society. Once you learn that, you're golden, brother. Even if you make people feel awkward, you make them laugh. It's like, that's awkward, but it's so fucking funny. And then you break the shell, they don't feel awkward anymore. Why else would you feel insecure? Let's think about it. You look down at your body. Oh, you have a bloated gut. Fix it. That's it. Fix it. You get up every single day, and you're just like me and you're depressed. You have morning depression. You're so depressed. What can you do about it? Exercise. First thing you can do is exercise. I'm telling you right now. Exercise is one of the greatest tools for depression, especially in the morning. Go for a run. Do pull-ups, do push-ups, do dips, do squats. Do weight training. I'm telling you right now. Eat healthier. Eat healthier. Fix your gut microbiome. If your gut is damaged, you're going to be depressed. I assure you, you're going to be depressed. If you don't have a good social circle, you're going to be depressed. Unfortunately, there is no cure to you having to do hard work while you're in pain. You just have to do the hard work while you're in pain, and eventually the pain will go away. You're like, oh man, what? There's nothing you can do about that. Think of it like this. You damaged your arm, your rotator cuff. You could wait for it to heal, but it will never truly heal unless you strengthen it. And how do you, what happens when you strengthen it? You feel pain slightly, but the pain slightly subsides as you build it, as you build your rotator cuff muscles. You damage your shoulder, and now you're healing it with the slightly painful exercises. It's slowly going away. So if you want to fix your life, you have to go through the pain, and you have to get rid of that pain. You're literally pushing the pain out. You're pushing pain. You feel me? Okay. So, how do you get skills? Well, first, you got to get knowledge on the skills. You got to learn how to learn and how to learn effectively. One of the greatest skills to man is the ability to pick up anything quickly. That's it. That's literally all it is. Just being able to pick up a skill. If you can do that, you can pick up anything, you're good. Well, how do you do that? Some people are a lot different. A lot of people have anxiety because they're overthinkers. You can turn that into a superpower. A lot of people don't understand that. When your anxiety is peaking, your anxiety is basically telling you that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing or that you should be doing. So let's say that you're not doing anything with your life. Your anxiety will be peaking because you're scared of doing that thing that you're supposed to be doing, but you don't do it because you're too scared to do it. For example, You're supposed to make millions of dollars, but you're not doing that. Why? Because you're scared to fail. You're scared to take chances. You're scared to talk to people. You have to just get through the pain. Life is all about pain and how much you can tolerate before you get, what's the opposite of pain? Not pain. That's what they say. No pain, no gain. What is the opposite of pain? Enlightenment. Sure, let's go with that. I don't think that's the opposite, but sure, let's go with that. So, if you somehow have built the knowledge, and knowledge is acquired over time, but with all the knowledge, you can pick a skill now. So say if you pick, let's just say social skills. If you were to socially talk to somebody, and you'll never run out of things to say now because you have a lot of knowledge and you're able to pull that knowledge out of your head and you're able to articulate it. Now, some people can't do that. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? First of all, hit the like button and subscribe. Please just do it. Just hit the like button and subscribe and comment. Please, I'll give you the stick if you do it. Okay. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of people have knowledge, right? But when they get into a social setting or a loud environment, they cannot process or hear their thoughts. They can't pull from their neurons. They can't pull from their memory. They can't pull that information like that. They have to think about it. They have to be like, the more you practice though your social skills, the more likely you are to correlate things together and be able to make jokes smoother, or you'll be able to understand things better. The more you just put yourself through it, the better the interactions become. But you also have to be smart about it, because if you just put yourself through it and you're not actually learning anything, it's not going to work. You have to, it's like a punch. You get hit in the face, and you're like, okay, I got hit in the face, I felt pain, now what do I do? The punch is coming back. It's weave. Okay, now you know that you weave. Get punched in the face again. Okay, punch come this way, that way. Okay, boom, right in the face, uppercut. Right in the chin. Boom, okay, I got it. Weave. Boom. You just dodged it. You're dodging shit. That's feedback right there. You need a constant feedback loop. I'm telling you right now. It's just like YouTube. If you upload a video and it gets 0 views and you're on your 100th video and you do the same content, it's probably one of two things. Your content sucks, or you're not passing it to the right audience. The audience just isn't there. It's just, you're not networking, or you're not marketing your content to the people that won't actually want to view it. Also, like, just a quick side note, some dude commented that he was gay in the comments, and he was like, yeah, the algorithm doesn't really work because this is supposed to be for a straight guy, this content, but hey, real cool dude. I think I commented back on whatever he was talking about. Thanks for subscribing. I have a terrible memory, by the way. Anyway, so it's really important that you have the knowledge, but you also have the skill to correlate things and pick up on social cues and be able to just know how to talk, but at the same time not stumble over your words, be able to pull the knowledge out of your head, correlate it, and be able to make decisions just like that. Be able to just be able to speak from your experiences. And that's why it's really important to not live a boring life. Like, you can be a minimalist if you want, but without experience, you can't really be social, and it's really frustrating when you have to balance the two, because if you're not going out there and experiencing shit, and you just kind of like, okay, I'll save this, save that, save this, minimalist, and you're not experiencing life, then you're not going to be able to correlate with other people, or you're not going to be able to resonate with other people. No one's going to resonate with you. Everyone's going to resonate with a couple things. Like, you could use your strength. Like, oh yeah, I'm saving money right now. Everybody has to save money. But young people, they never save money. They don't know what they're talking. They don't know what you're talking about. It's always, I'm broke. Everyone's living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, everyone knows that. Just say you're broke, boom. Like, dude, I have a lot of money in my account. I am not broke. I have a good amount of money. When I'm talking to people, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I went to Chipotle yesterday. $30 for a burrito. Too expensive. Like, I barely. Yeah, I'm just so broke. Oh man. When in reality, I'm not broke. I never went to Chipotle. The only time I go to Chipotle is when I'm feeding my girlfriend. That's it. Or else I would never go. That place is way too expensive. That's how I would become broke. That's why you just kind of have to lie in social settings, like white lies, something that's not important. Like, you can't say, yeah, I drive a Lambo. Don't do that. Because they're going to catch on that you don't actually drive a Lambo. You can lie about shit like, yeah, I went to Chipotle yesterday and, I got a burrito. Well, hold on, I'm not condoning lying. Don't lie if you're not comfortable with it. But I'm telling you that you also can't say shit like, yeah, or I drive a motorcycle and I freeze to death and I'm like suffering and, like it fucking hurts and my fingers get all fucking frozen. I feel like I have frost nip, but, like it's fine because like I like torture. You can't say that shit. So don't say that shit. And that's why people get really quiet in conversations, because they're like, I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be the weirdo of the conversation. I don't want to be deemed a weirdo socially. Sometimes you have to embrace that shit. If someone's like, oh, dude, you're weird. You drive in 25-degree weather? Why are you hurting yourself like that? You could respond with something like, dude, it's cold exposure. Like, haven't you ever heard of cold exposure? I'm getting those benefits. Like, another example would be, yeah, I don't eat for like 18 hours in the day. You go 18 hours without eating? Dude, you're starving yourself. What? No. It's called intermittent fasting, bitch. You never heard of the health benefits of intermittent fasting? See, it's so dumb, because like you can be like, oh, he's not eating, he's starving himself. It's like, no, I'm doing a health benefit. It's called intermittent fasting. I'm not starving myself. What? Or like, for example, people were literally like cutting yourself. Oh, that's wrong. But tattooing yourself. Oh, that's so cool. What? It just doesn't make sense sometimes. Okay, don't cut yourself, but like, you know what I mean. Anyways, learning how to talk to people. Don't put yourself down in conversations, but learning the skills. Getting back to the first point that I was making on why you're so insecure is because you don't actually have any value that you bring to the table, and you don't have any knowledge. So you kind of just like pleasing people. And the more self-respect that you gain for yourself, the more things that you do for yourself, the more things that you like and you do for yourself, the more self-respect that you have. And the less you actually need people's validation, the less you need people's company, the less you need people. When they break up with you, you're like, okay, I get it. And a lot of people will have a breakup and they'll be like, no, I can't do this without you, please. Like, please. And it's like, we have nothing in common. And they're like, please, we can make it work. We can make it work. It's like, no, you can't. We have nothing in common. You're boring as fuck. You don't know how to do anything that I know how to do. We don't do the same things. We have nothing to talk about. We don't even have chemistry. But they just want to be in a relationship so bad. And like, to think, if you don't have anything in common, if the sex isn't good, if your chemistry sucks, if you're broke all the time because you're spending money on another girl, just leave, dude. Just have self-respect. Just leave. There's many girls out there, okay? The older you get as a man, the higher your SMV becomes. Like, as a woman too, like, again, this video is for women, because the more knowledge and skills and the more things you do, the more you'll have to talk about, and the more self-respect you have for yourself. It's like, okay, instead of hanging out with my girlfriend/boyfriend all day, I can actually go to the gym. I can actually pick up hobbies that I actually like, find out what I like doing, have self-respect for myself, say no